Hello everybody, welcome. I'm taking a little cue from my buddy Sam on Facebook, who just posted a video today about making a real deal legitimate Philly hoagie. I'm going to follow that up with a little bit on the drink side. This will be a great follow-up to that hoagie a little later in the day, summer evening. A Mojito is an excellent drink for the summer. I'm by no means an expert at making the drink. However, I've done a lot of searching on the internet. There's a lot of different videos, a lot of different ways to make mojitos. There's different kinds of mojitos, Mexican mojito, Cuban mojito. I'm sticking with the Cuban version of the drink. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to my buddy Lance, who turned me on to this drink a few months ago. Alright, first thing, what you're going to need is you're going to need a tall glass, just like this. It's not a smaller drink glass, it's a glass just like this, a little bit taller. Also, a cocktail shaker is going to help you out. A muddler. You can also use a spoon on the side of the glass. A mortar and pestle would work, but you need something to kind of crush some of the ingredients together to get everything you need out of it. A lime. You're going to need a lime. Some crushed ice. Crushed ice is very important. Make sure it's crushed ice. Some sugar. Some club soda. Make sure it's club soda, not soda water. I have a little juicer for my lime here. Fresh mint. We have a couple mint plants. It doesn't really matter how big the leaves are. We can talk a little bit about that later, and I'll tell you how much I make. It really depends on how minty you want to make your mojito. And then finally, some rum. Bacardi, white rum, always the best way to go. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our glass and we're going to put 3 ingredients on the bottom of this glass. First thing we're going to put in there is our lime juice. You're going to take half of a lime. So you're going to cut your lime in half. I'm going to take my little juicer here. I'll put the lime in there. And I'm just going to put half of this juice in the bottom of this glass. Crush it real good. Make sure you're getting all those essential juices out of there as much as you can. Also, I have my own little spin on the drink, so I like taking the lime out. We're going to use about 1/4 of that here in a minute. After you have the lime juice in there, take, I use 2 tablespoons, small tablespoons of sugar. You might, depends on how sweet you want your drink. But I use 2 level tablespoons here. Just like that. So you have your lime, you have your sugar. Finally, you need your mint. I have smaller leaves. They're about that big. So I'm going to take probably about 15 to 20 of those. Like I said, it really depends on how many you want your drink. 15 is probably about right for a leaf this small. I like to crush them up, tear them up just a little bit, and just put them right there in the bottom of the glass. And then finally, we talked about the leftover lime. I'm going to take 1/4 of that. I'm just going to cut a little wedge off of it, just like that. I'm going to throw that in the bottom too. Now, this is where your muddler comes in. You're going to take your muddler and you want to really work this stuff in and crush this stuff together. The peel of the lime, the rind, and all those pieces of mint, the sugar, and the lime juice. It's important to muddle this stuff because you want to get the essential juices or the yeah, that's right, the juices out of the mint leaves. So you spend a few minutes for that. There's nothing easy about making this drink, which is maybe a good thing. Maybe you won't drink that many of them because they are easy to drink. They go down pretty easy. Okay, after I've crushed that some, I got that good and crushed in there. Alright, this is my own little spin on it. A lot of people will leave that in the bottom. They'll cover that with some crushed ice, then put the rum in there. I go ahead and transfer my mixture over to my my drink shaker. If you can get the top off of it. I'm going to transfer this over in here. It's alright, just keep this glass right here because we're going to put everything back in. It's okay if a few little leaves are left over in there. No big deal. Okay, so now I have it in the bottom of my shaker. Now I'm going to take crushed ice. Like I said, it's very important to use crushed ice. Try not to drop any on the floor. I'm going to take some crushed ice. I'm going to fill about half the shaker here with ice. About halfway. Crushed ice is important for a few reasons. It's going to make the drink a little colder because there's more ice surface in the drink because it's crushed up. And it also is going to help keep all the mint leaves and all the elements floating to the top of the glass, which is also very important. At that point, after you put the ice in there, you want about 2 ounces of rum. 1, 2. There's your 2 ounces of rum. At this point, I'm going to put the top back on the shaker and I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Shake it up real good. Get that sugar, that lime, that mint, crushed ice, and the alcohol mixed up real good in there. At that point, I'm going to go ahead and transfer it back to the original glass. And as you can see there, we've got a nice little mixture there. It's all mixed up. You can tell it's a little bit greener, not real clear. Perfect. You have the mint leaves floating around in there. Nothing wrong with that at all. Then after that, we've got about 3/4 of the way full, a little over halfway full on our glass. We're going to fill the rest of the way up with crushed ice again. So put some more crushed ice in there, all the way to the top of the glass. All the way to the top. And after that, you're going to take your club soda and you're just going to, a little splash on top there. Not a whole lot. You might want to give it just one more little stir and shake. And there you have it. You can garnish this with a sprig of mint or a quarter of lime, a lime piece. Me personally, I don't really care much about the garnish. I just kind of want to get to the drinking. It's a very refreshing drink. It tastes really good. It goes down really easy. So keep that in mind and be careful. Maybe I'll do this again sometime. See you later. Perfect.